dormindo. Ai, que maluco, velho. Olha que tive parado aqui, já desolou, né?
Cansou.
Porque a gente parou, falei, se for assalto, a gente já...
Porque eu
A state of emergency has been declared in the United States of America, including all overseas dependencies and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico.
Is it the end of the world as we know it?
At the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate.
States are encouraging citizens to remain calm and stay at home for the present.
The following message is transmitted.
Zombies. Probably not an unfamiliar word. For sure, you have heard it more than once. Books like World War Z, films like Warm Bodies, and series like The Walking Dead constantly remind us of these horrible creatures, but this time we're going to see them from a different angle. To start with, according to the dictionary, they are dead people who are believed to have been brought back to life by magic. Scary, right? Well, let me make it a lot worse by saying that in this case, magic didn't take place and science did. Let's go back in time to 2017 to Puerto Rico, to be more specific to Hurricane Maria.
To stay inside until at least tomorrow amid fears of more massive flooding to come.
Where leptospirosis, a virus provoked by the urine of rats in stagnated water, infected hundreds of people. Specialists say that this virus mutated and turned into what we call as infection.
This disease can cause various symptoms that go from fever and headache to red eyes and rash. But some people do not have symptoms at all, making it a lot harder to recognize in early stages. It can later on cause meningitis, kidney and liver problems, lungs bleeding, and even death. Yet, this disease may be treated with a simple antibiotic. Thus, because of the simplicity of the disease, nobody took the right precautions to deal with this biological problem, causing it to spread a lot faster. Then, the virus mutated into a more nauseous organism by the exposure to UV rays. So, the transmuted pathogen turned into what would be named as C infection, giving the patient signs and behaviors of what is commonly known in science fiction as zombie-like symptoms.
Then, this virus turned into a worldwide epidemic, infecting people from all around the globe. Of course, the government of each country had to do something about it, so they closed all borders.
The outbreak in Mexico. The President's thoughts are with those who have been affected by this illness. He is monitoring the situation very closely and has ordered a very active, aggressive, and coordinated response by his administration.
Consequently, they had to release the information through the media to warn their citizens of what could become a global apocalypse. Even major news networks in America made sure to announce what is happening.
The White House has now taken actions and announced their citizens to avoid at all costs face-to-face communication and to get food for at least a month. Short time ago, President Trump tweeted this: "People of the world, we are not safe," emphasizing the insecurity in which we will live these coming days until it is controlled.
And then, what would happen with the global economy? A good hypothesis would be that with the closed borders and without people communicating face to face, the economy of the countries would dramatically fall. Bounds that took countries years to make would seem as if they had never occurred. The separation of countries only showed the need of coexistence within each other. But specialists have a different view. Between them, Andrea Fuentes Garcia, an economist and macro fund manager at the Ministry of Mexico, who weekly uploads videos to her blog. Recently, she affirmed that we still have hope.
Today we're going to talk in a very big picture about the political and economic regime in Mexico and affected countries and how that will affect the world as we know it. I can't stop making myself the same question: how will the economic decline take place and what will happen with communication? According to the research I've made during the last few days, this will be the results of our world. The economy of each of the developed countries, as well as those whose population did not suffer of the spread, will close completely their borders to everyone who is infected to protect their citizens and their stability. On the other hand, physical communication, in other words, having face-to-face contact between countries, will disappear completely for the necessary lapse until civility returns. However, digital communication will keep going and will increase according to the problem's growth. In consequence, those countries which are technology producers such as United States of America, Singapore Republic, and the state of Japan will have an economic preservation, thus they are the creators of the solution itself. The countries could return into a kind of nationalism, but in this case, because of its newness, it would be called a neo-nationalism. Nationalism is oriented towards protecting its own economy by eliminating the number of imports and investments from other countries. Furthermore, neo-nationalism would develop in the powerful countries as they seek for self-preservation by maintaining their national identity and health lives of the citizens without the need of any outsider. Therefore, the economy would flourish only inside the territory.
Yesterday, the former president of Mexico said, "We are living a horrible truth, but you should know that we, your government, are taking the utmost precautions and preparations for your safety. Intensive efforts at the border and health sectors have been taken in mean of protecting everyone against this infectious disease." Today, he's dead. And even though this seemed to be only Mexico's concern, nations all around the world had to release this worrying information to alert their citizens of what will come.